Alright guys, welcome to Anime Discussion Hour. And today we have with us Yo J. Say what's up.
Hello, people. I'm talking about anime here, and I'd just like to say how thankful I am to be here, because we are on our road to being famous, and any type of support is highly acceptable in any type of shape or form. So yeah, smash the like button and support our channels.
And if you want more of these, just hit the like button.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so today we're going to be debating on the every big three there's been so far. So which would be 3 big threes so far. So we're going to start off talking about So I'm going to give you guys the rundown of what the 3 big threes are. First, we got the OG big three, the first big three. Joseph, you want to tell them what that is?
Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and Bleach.
And then the cheap big three, which is basically the worst big three out of all of them, but we're still going to be comparing them because they still all have their limelight, you know.
Yeah,
So that's 7. So we got 7 Deadly Sins, Black Clover, and wait, what was that? My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, yeah. My Hero Academia is kind of popping right now, but at the same time, it was still in the cheap big three. So
Yeah.
alright, so then we got the new big three, which has like some of the best anime, one of the best anime of all time right now. This is why this is why we're doing it, okay? So we got Demon Slayer, Fire Force, and Dr. Stone. Those are the big threes. Those are the 3 big threes. So without further ado, let us get into it. So Justice, since you're our guest today, are we going to be starting with the cheap big three, the OG big three, or the new big three?
I want to talk about the cheap big three because that one is highly overlooked by casual anime watchers, not just like me. For people who watch basic animes like Dragon Ball Z and that's all they watch, they think that they know what a true anime is and it should always have these certain things. And a lot of them just highly overlook these animes for no reason. So I'd like to go further into detail with that.
Alright. Since you're our guest, we're going to let you start with whatever part of the cheap big three you want. Go ahead.
I'd like to start off with My Hero Academia. Wow, great anime. Oh, good. Man. It did lack some of the things that made anime unique to its core. Original character designs. Original main character designs. Original story, like original to the core. And unique moves. My Hero Academia had some really cool animation and really cool fights. However, I think that it was lacking was originality. So first of all, A Hero School sounds very basic. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. We got like a million things about Academy. We got things like Ruby. We got Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I know that's random, but still. That used to be on our show back then. And just using something basic like that just doesn't really catch the appeal to me necessarily. Because we got things like Hunter x Hunter, which were unique, didn't make main characters seem way too overly strong, which is another problem I have. Deku is legit stronger than like any other hero besides like three other heroes: Mirio, Kachan,
What?
and
Hold up. Firstly, I like to correct you real quick. The entire big three of UA and Kachan. And Todoroki.
Yeah.
And all the other pro heroes that are above Big 25 probably.
Yeah, well that's besides the point.
Okay.
But besides them, like the characters with the unique powers with like multiple body weights, they aren't shown at all. Some of them just aren't really necessarily cool enough because they barely get any showtime compared to what Midori is. I mean, some of them have heartfelt stories, but you can tell the difference between which were actually focused and written well, between the ones that were focused on the most. Like, for example, Todoroki's. Todoroki's was a very sad story that really touched all of our hearts. Cause, okay, let's be real here. How many children have you heard that have gotten oil poured right down their head that will make their face burn off? How many kids? Cause if that doesn't touch your heart, then what type of psychopathic level are you? But then, we have Midoriya. Basic kid who wants to be a hero. Basic protagonist that just wants to be the strongest and doesn't really have anything special. His power is even more basic. His power may have a cool backstory, but like really all it is just a basic power that's gonna make him super strong, super fast. He's not Superman.
Okay. Now, you've given your thoughts on My Hero Academia. Now let's move on to My Hero Academia's challengers, the opponents that weren't in the cheap Big Three. So, in this one, I'd like to start off with one of My Hero Academia's many opponents that happened to have ended, which I kinda, in my perspective, thought that, like, My Hero Academia, I binge watched it, I liked it. But Attack on Titan was way overlooked, and Attack on Titan, it was talked about, just not too talked about. The finale, it was probably the most talked about Attack on Titan thing we got when the cheap Big Three was still with us. Now, the cheap Big Three ended when 7 Deadly Sins Season 4 came out. And then, on another note, we also had some other animes like, what is it? Because I'm pretty sure a Isekai anime was popping back then. So we had that. Isekai. That time I got reincarnated as a swan. Rising of the Shield Hero.
Not to forget, Sword Art Online.
Boy. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything. The new one is no. Sword Art Online kind of died after the second season.
It died, but when it first came out, it really did get popular with a lot of isekai.
I don't think that counts as an isekai. I think it just counts as like a I don't know. It's just Sword Art Online. But we got off topic. Another anime that was way overlooked that could have been the cheap Big Three was like a really cool anime. Like without doubt, I'm pretty sure most of the people would not watch this anime. It's called Danmachi. It could have been the cheap Big Three. The cheap Big Three was without. There's a reason we call it the cheap Big Three. It was the worst Big Three. We added them in this fight because I already know in about another 30 minutes me and Justice are gonna be in an argument. I already know. Okay.
We got a while.
Okay. So without further ado, time for me to get into the next member of the cheap Big Three. And I'd like to begin with Black Clover. So, Black Clover is talked down upon a lot, saying people recently said it got good. I've watched it so far. I've been keeping up with it. It did recently good, but 200 plus episodes were either filler or pretty good. Just a waste of time, or the worst part, related too much to Naruto.
Yes. The worst thing that an anime could possibly be.
Because if you look from Black Clover to Naruto, you can compare so many characters, and you won't be wrong. Let's start like Magna, dude with the glasses. I can compare him to Rock Lee. And then Asta, he's obviously supposed to be Naruto. You know it's supposed to be a whole Sasuke up in there. But it recently did get good. But it wasn't in the cheap Big Three's time. And people are starting to dial down on the Black Clover goodness. Now, without further ado, I'm going to get into the good things about Black Clover. Black Clover's fighting. It's good. It's good. Some of the fights be good. Like its story, it's pretty good. And then you got, when they say creation magic, you already know they finna do something. But my question is, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine. Why with the hero? Like, why with the freaking person fighting the villain? Just say the villain's up here saying creation magic, up here doing a whole chant, but then the hero is just standing there like, oh no. I know this is a shonen anime, but this is too much like Naruto. Like how Naruto gave Orochimaru time to do them hand symbols. Like, come on. That's just uncalled for.
That's really affecting with a lot of people, because the thing is with the set apart anime is because of its never-ending action.
Yeah, but
this
is just
like Dragon Ball Z.
It's just like 3 seconds of no action, just freaking either hand signs, creation magic, or just like them charging up and attacking the other person, just standing there like, oh, this is about to be good. Like, come on. I know this is
I don't exactly know the word for it, but everything just felt very awkward. It was like a solid 2 seconds because just kind of sitting there, switching camera angles, and then playing intense music. And something's gonna happen. And then, that doesn't set up, they tried to set aside the fact that he was just sitting there, knowing that everybody was gonna get killed. And it's just gonna happen.
Now it's time to get into Black Clover's rivals. Since this is kind of a fantasy anime, we're gonna compare it to other fantasy anime that's like magic, you know. Let's see, we have, well, there's actually mini anime in that part, so I'm gonna just say any wild anime I would like to. Also, there was this thing, right? Did y'all know there was another Soul Eater series? Did y'all know that? Did you know that, Justice?
No, what is that?
Yeah, because the cheap Big Three, it had a good reign. It was like a 3-month reign. But alright. Just let me get into its rivals real quick. So one of Black Clover's biggest rivals was none other than Boruto, which is considered, you know, garbage.
No, God.
But Boruto, compared to the cheap Big Three, might as well be top 5. Come on. Black Clover, before we got to that, you know, standardization where they started getting their own story, which, by the way, took almost 200, 300 episodes just to get into where it left for the Naruto Senbar. Have you seen any other anime besides Black Clover just straight up carbon copy Naruto?
No, not really. No.
There's some too.
Every anime that's tried to be Naruto at least had some type of special effect to it. Like, for example, My Hero Academia tries to be the next Naruto because, you know, student council ranking up as a hero.
There was no. I don't really think there was a student council though in My Hero Academia.
I can see that.
But there was a sports festival, aka the Chunin exams.
Yeah, and that really is just carbon copy. Feels like the fucking copy.
Alright, so now it's time to get into the last member of the cheap Big Three. Justice, take it away.
That would be Our fallen member, 7 deadly sins. No God. No God.
It fell from a high throne. It fell. Complaints about animation. People's favorite characters just getting slain out the blue. I'm pretty sure the only thing I liked about season 4 was Demon King Meliodas.
Yeah, that was a favorite.
And then they took away the thing that made Meliodas as OP as he was. His immortality. And then the thing is, I feel like Bond, they should have just, if they're gonna do that, they should have just they should have just found some mystical orb that could take away Bond's fountain of youth. They might as well should have did that. 7 Deadly Sins 1 through 3. It had a high throne. Nobody could beat it. It's probably the #1 cheap anime. But we put it on the cheap tier for a reason. Season 4 ruined it. They might as well just ended 7 Deadly Sins with season 3. And here's why. So,
as you can tell, Meliodas, interesting character, had interesting design, interesting moves, a catch that would remain stabilized in memory of this enemy. Immortality, full counter, being reborn over and over and over again. And mustn't just forget the thing that every single anime has managed to nail. And for some reason, romance and ships. We got a number of them. We got Elaine and Bond, we got
Elizabeth and Meliodas.
Meliodas is an Elizabeth,
which is probably the only ship that actually happened.
Yeah. We got Deanne and King, Merlin and Escanor. We got a lot of them. They're insane.
Meaning, if there were that many ships, this anime was pretty popular. Now tell them one of the many things that made 7 Deadly Sins put in the cheap big 3 anime.
I'm start with the main problem. The one that ended me most. Animation. So, as a lot of you people who have managed to survive through the crisis that has been the downfall of 7 Deadly Sins, you would have seen the Meliodas versus Escanor. And, animation was just still. Completely still. Instead of back-to-back fighting, we had these 20 seconds of dialogue of Escanor just getting beat up, beat down. It's not even in a cool. It was just basic hits. Meliodas was just kind of sitting there, walking up to him, sending death threats. I mean, he was trying to be intimidating. The design was intimidating, but he didn't do anything that was really intimidating for darkness. I mean, like, he got a few cool hits upon Escanor. Escanor beefed up. He's supposed to be big and strong now. Okay. So the thing is, if a character is supposed to be beefed up, ready to finish them off, and it's been beat up the entire time, that, I'm gonna use the term from Dragon Ball Z, that usually means a Zenkai boost or a Kamikaze.
Yeah, since we're gonna have to wrap this up because we need to get to the other big 3s too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use an example. Dragon Ball Super Broly. Broly was fighting the entire match. He was actually trying. At least it wasn't a short fight of a fight that was wanted to be for the entire, like all the seasons ever since Escanor arrived. He put up an effort. He doesn't have to do any damage, but put up an effort at least. Didn't try to cry or whatever, because that's not Escanor. But as you know, Broly, as he gets beat up more, he gets stronger and he wants to retaliate more. And that's the common thing up in anime. When a character is logically supposed to be coming back, you don't just end it off soon as possible, not even giving the people what they want after watching minutes of sorry animation. You finish them off with a thing that'll kill the character and wasn't even that cool to look at. It was just like wow. It was a wow moment in anime. Wow. It just made me feel so sad. I mean, I cared about Escalon. I really cared about Escalon. But it made me feel like the creators just did. It felt like cash.
And with the end of the cheap big three, we like to state the cheap big three is the worst big three, and it shouldn't even be a big three. Okay, so, but it was a big three apparently before they died out. So let's go to the next big three. Since you chose the first big three, it's my turn. We're gonna go to the OG big three, and I'm gonna start with Bleach. Now there were many thoughts that were said that if Bleach was in the big three or not. It was. And that's kind of why people didn't really know Bleach. Now Bleach, it was amazing. It was amazing back then. Now listen, the big three, if you go and rewatch the show, if you go and rewatch the show, you'll see trash. Okay, you'll just see trash. You unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan of trash. You after watching a bunch of anime and a bunch of episodes of Bleach and rewatching them a year later after watching a bunch of new anime that's a lot better than Bleach. You get the Sharingan for trash, meaning you're just like, wait, what just happened? Did he just use the Bankai? Wait, I couldn't because there were many breaks in, because sometimes there'd be breaks in Bleach's animation, like for example, if let's just say Aizen would launch at Ichigo, right? And then Ichigo is on the floor with his sword in the ground, and then he just out of nowhere just goes into his demon form. That's what I'm gonna call it, like his Bankai. It's been a while since I watched Bleach. Yeah. So he just takes out the Bankai, and then out of nowhere the sword disappears, and then it comes back into his hand, which was kind of an animation break, but at the same time wasn't. And now if you rewatch it, you're not gonna finish this series. This series is the big three filler. And if you rewatch it, the big three, the old big three was known for filler. Okay, that's probably the biggest why it's known for. So basically, there's a bunch of good things about Bleach if you watched it and didn't rewatch it. But I'm gonna talk about the things that are bad about it after you rewatch it. So let's go ahead and get into that.
Yeah.
Let's compare. For example, let's see. Let me think of a fight that happened in Bleach. Let's say Ichigo versus Eucleora. I think that was her name, Eucleora.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with that.
No. Ichigo versus Byakuya. We're gonna use that one. So if we compare that fight to, let's try comparing that fight to Tanjiro versus, wait, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Tanjiro versus.
I know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about like the best one?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one. That little spider girl. The little spider girl. I forgot her name.
Yeah, like she
She hung Nezuko, and then he started getting
yeah,
mad.
yeah, and he used fire breathing, and he took all the hits.
So, if we compare that to Ichigo versus Byakugan, I mean, but okay, whatever. So if you compare that to that, you'll get a bunch of wait, what moments? Because Demon Slayer, it's beautiful. And then just compare it to Bleach. I see why it's called Bleached because if you rewatch the show, its fighting scenes are just bleached dry, bro.
Yeah, the thing about by the way, I looked it up. Her name was Rue. I'm not pronounce it because we got an English sub watcher here. So.
Alright. Now let's go against Bleach's competition. I'm gonna start off with Yu Yu Hakusho. Now most old animes, if you go back and rewatch them, you're gonna think they're trash because of the animation. So you're just gonna give it all you got, and just say, no, this is an old anime. That's gonna be their excuse. And it's also had a rival like the OG Hunter x Hunter, Inuyasha, all that stuff. And just comparing it to that, Bleach back then was a masterpiece. It really was. But if I go back and rewatch Inuyasha, I will like it. If I go back and rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho and see freaking Hiei just freaking pounding it out. Yes, if I see Hiei just duking it out with freaking with Yusuke, it's just wow.
Quality entertainment.
Just entertainment. But then if I see Ichigo versus Aizen, what happened here, buddy?
Yeah, wasn't this supposed to be like the most thrilling part of the series?
It was. And then, you know, it was supposed to be, but it wasn't. It didn't feel like the fight that it was hyped up to be. Now,
yeah, guy creates giant black blocks to defend himself against Ichigo. Yeah. Quality animation.
Alright, Justice, I'm gonna let you get into the next anime that's of your choice, so go ahead.
We're going to old school, right?
Yes, we're doing the old big three.
Naruto.
It's right now the GOAT. It's right now which is right now the GOAT anime of all time. By the way, if y'all didn't know that.
Yep.
It's just Naruto.
So, okay, this anime will remain a good anime, I say. But just know, this anime was nowhere close to being perfect.
Exactly. For an example, filler.
Really,
it had about 8 things wrong with it, and most of it was filler.
And that's never a good thing.
And filler takes up about 85% of my storage when I try to download Naruto episodes.
Yup. And it takes 55 years of your time when you try to watch the show.
It took me 2 whole years to finish the show.
Wanna know why?
Filler.
Probably the most scariest part in anime history.
And that's why these days nobody watches filler.
People are even regretting that. Watching Naruto filler.
A normal amount of episodes for no filler would be 64. Unless your anime is just popping, like just amazing, you might be able to pull in about a few hundred 24. Any more than that, you'll probably be filler. Cause that's enough to fill up 3 whole seasons.
Oh, and with Naruto, just, you know, times that by 11. Just casually times that by 11. And, there you go with Naruto Shippuden. Well, let me start with Naruto 1. So, after the Chunin exams, we were just like, wow, that was the greatest season of an anime I have ever watched. I want to keep watching this show. This show is positively amazing. The fight scenes are just so cool. Naruto is so cool. The jutsus are so amazing. Naruto Shippuden comes out. So, Naruto Shippuden had some very cool jutsus. Had some very sad stories. Had very, very cool moves. If I haven't already said that. If I keep on saying that, please, I'm sorry. Because that was the main thing good about it. Let me jump to my part. What I'm trying to say. So Madara carried the entire first series of Naruto Shippuden. And that's a fact that I'm pretty sure everybody can agree with. Because at the start of Naruto Shippuden, Naruto comes back to Hinui Village. Nothing special happens. We have to wait like 15 more episodes.
Whoa. Like 3 episodes after Naruto comes back, the Kazekage is taken. It takes about 5 episodes to rescue him. But then, oh wait, Lady Chiyo, the girl we met, the woman we met about 2 episodes ago dies. Wow.
Yep, and that was so emotional.
No, it wasn't. She straight up just gave Gaara her light energy, bro. It really wasn't. I know. She just straight up just died on the floor. Like, really?
Yeah, it was like she just wanted to go to sleep. She just said, you know, let me go to sleep. Let me pass out.
And then I got a question. Then I also have a question. So, when Gaara was taken, it said his One Tails Shikaku was taken, right?
Yeah.
How is he still able to access it about 3 seasons later?
I know, right? Like, when did he get that back? Like, not only that, but aren't you supposed to die once you don't have it?
So, he did die. Lady Chiyo gave him his life force back, but... Wait, why is he still alive if he doesn't have his...
Why would you ruin one of the good factors about the anime with a simple, cheap tactic, such as giving your life force away? I mean, that felt like a cheap excuse to keep Gaara alive. Like, they just sacrificed... Now, here's what they did. They said, okay, who do we have to sacrifice? Because we're not too keen on sacrificing characters.
Alright, so...
Well, we gotta keep... They said, they came up with this brand new character called Lady Chiyo. Said, yeah, let's just kill her on the spot.
So, in Sakura, right, okay, so like, a few seasons later, after that, no, a bunch of filler and seasons later, you know, she gave her life force, right? So, you remember when Sakura was pumping Naruto's heart after he was, like, dying and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't she just pull a Lady Chiyo and give him her life energy?
I don't think she was like that, though. I don't think she was like that. I don't think Sakura was that good of a person. I mean,
because at the time, she obviously didn't care about her life.
Yeah, this Sasuke-kun! Sasuke-kun! Oh no, Naruto was right, Sasuke-kun! Oh my god, he was right. Oh no, I gotta start actually helping Naruto now. You think that you would actually help him though?
And then multiple plot holes are left around the series. I'm gonna take over for about another minute. So, come on, Naruto. I know you're not trying to be slick and say that Sasuke and Naruto, who had a bond in Naruto, and apparently wanted, and Naruto apparently chased Sasuke around the whole world, saying that we're best friends, but then like in Naruto, you guys were just bitter and you guys didn't. And then after Sasuke beat you up, you weren't saying anything. You were just laying in the water. So much plot holes. When did y'all become such close friends? After the second beating Sasuke gave you Naruto, or after you finally beat him? When?
Yeah. Okay, now, okay, that would actually make sense if a person called Hinata didn't exist. So the only reason that Naruto probably chased him around is because of promise with Sakura. Oh, Sakura wants Sasuke alive? I got you, fam.
And why does Sakura have this much love for Sasuke if he barely even talked to her?
I know, right? Like how to make an unlikable character in 5 seconds. Have emo edgy character. Have low-key kind of pretty girl be an obnoxious little. You know, like 50 million words I'm gonna go with that, but I'm just not.
Alright. Let's wrap it up with Naruto. Now it's time that we're both gonna discuss this one. The longest anime of all time. 3, 2, 1. One Piece. 900 something episodes.
Remind you, the anime isn't that long.
About 8 movies, probably.
More than 3, by the way.
So, give me an explanation.
No, I don't necessarily even have because, well, there isn't any explanation. They were idiots.
Number 1, plot holes. Luffy just wanted to become the Pirate King. It's not like his father Shank was the Pirate King or anything. Because obviously he didn't care about Shank after he died, if that was his name.
Now you're gonna have to take over from this part because I did not finish One Piece. However, I have been keeping up with a couple news feeds about it, so I know a couple things about what's going on right now.
So
and I'd like to say that
Luffy obviously did not care about his father, Monkey D. Dragon. I know, Monkey D. Dragon. That sounds like a rapper. Okay, so so he didn't even care about his father like that. I know he was the leader of a revolutionary army, right? Which probably took about probably like 800 something episodes just to reveal that his father was here. He had a father. His father's name was Monkey D. Dragon.
Something that might I say wasn't even that important.
And then we also got his other siblings. Shanks, Ace, Monkey D. Garp, and then Luffy just wants to become the Pirate King because of a dude named Gold D. Rogers, a dude he didn't even know. He just wanted to become the Pirate King, so he goes out to recruit him some people. The pirates, right? Has an emotional long journey on the sunny, right? I'm pretty sure it was the sunny, 1,000-year sunny. Yeah, probably. Yeah. He meets Boa Hancock. That's probably the most gayest girl name I've ever heard.
One of the weirdest.
And then we also have him just going out on wild adventures, getting himself into nonsense. AKA the arc where he met Gecko Mora. That whole Halloween arc where he met Brooks, the skeleton.
Seriously, how do you go from such a simple story with pirates to characters who can open single dimensions by opening a door anywhere?
And then they have so many members of the Straw Hats that shouldn't even be there. Not, for example, Nami. She does stuff. She does stuff, but what does she do besides fight? Sanji, he's the cook. He's important. But why do we have Brooke?
Yeah, because like that's the number one thing.
What? But what do we have? But why do we have Brooke, the musician of the Straw Hats? Are you serious?
I mean, he did have a cool backstory with all the pirates. His pirates crew dying because they ate. Wait, what happened? They got sick up on the ship, right? Or did they eat something?
They got sick.
Yeah, so, then they had this whole emotional thing with them singing their number one song as they passed out one by one.
But
that made me cry. That made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
But to keep going.
That still doesn't affect the fact that he was trying to stay there.
But to keep going, he also got Frankie. Frankie, he's very important when it comes to One Piece. He's basically the technician of the group. Not to mention he's a powerhouse. Now, well, now here's a big plot hole that was never discovered. How was the devil fruits created?
Somebody tell me. How does the devil fruit even work?
It's just you eat it and you gain a special power.
Then you got the dark fruit over here, just giving people like Blackbird so many powers. You Blackbird over here flexing on everybody. Having have this man go from third gear. Probably, which might remind you both characters have just completely random powers that have no explanation.
And then we also have Mr. Doflamingo, a useless villain, who shows up in a movie, and then just started showing up in the series because people liked him in the movie. Right.
Let me guess, they ruined him, didn't they?
In fact, they did, especially with the fight between him and Luffy, which is probably the most iconic fight ever in One Piece. When it was probably the first time, that Luffy went fourth gear. It was pretty fire, but Doflamingo probably had no freaking backstory or anything. He was just a character that was added to he's basically Dragon Ball Super Broly. He was added for the movie, but nothing else. But they reversed the card. They pulled the Uno reverse card. They said, "Oh, everybody liked this character in the movie, especially the fight. Let's add him to the show." So they added him to the show. Absolutely no character development, no backstory, all useless.
Was the movie even that like canon?
Probably not. Now it's time for the closing arguments. The final big three, probably the most masterpiece big three we've got. The new big three. I'm gonna let you start off, Justice.
Real quick, I just want to say one more thing about One Piece. Can we talk about how Fairy Tail from like 60% copied it with designs, like between. Alright, now I want you to look at a picture of Lucy and look at Nami, and tell me how Fairy Tail managed to have better openings. Well, now better fight scenes. Actual development, and dare I even say it, better movies. Can we get that one? Can we even talk about how they actually had development on Natsu's fire powers? Word from a dragon? That's dope. That's it's like what if Avatar 8, but he was raised by a dragon? That would have been dope. That would have been insanely dope. But then we just got big-headed Luffy over here, looking like he ran up on 5-hour energy his entire life.
We only got 15 minutes left, so let's go ahead and get to the new big three. I'm gonna let you start off.
Alright, so the main thing, the new big three is fire, right?
Fire.
Because this entire season is fire. So let's talk about the definition of fire in this. It's called fire pools.
Go ahead.
And oh boy, this anime is amazing.
There's barely
First
anything
episode.
you can say about it that's bad about it. So let's go ahead.
Alright. First episode, we start off with a really cool character who smiles all the time. Not like All Might. He actually has a reason why he smiles. Besides, ooh, I'm gonna win every single fight. Yeah, 'cause I'm Cubo. No, this man is like a devil. Okay, so I can actually relate to this man. He smiles out of pure awkwardness by the fact that he killed his own grandmother by setting a fire everywhere because of a thing called the devil's foot. That is completely unique. It makes people wonder about the character, like, wow, he's smiling all. Wait, so he's like the devil of anime, and he controls fire, and he actually has a unique display of using it? Interesting. And they fight fire with fire? Interesting. Let me see how this goes. We got this man with the sword popping up. He might feel annoying at first. But then, that was his backstory, his wants, and what he does as a character. So, if you've been watching FighterZ, you would know the scene with the cursed inferno that was sitting up on the tree. One of the coolest moments that I've ever seen. So, let me ask you this. What is the coolest way that a character with a sword, well, like a lightsaber sword, could kill a guy just chilling up in the tree? And with the guy with the sword, wanting to put him out of his misery. What do he do? Just stab him? No. He goes behind the chair, puts the stab, well, what was it called?
You said what? I wasn't listening.
What was Arthur's sword called?
Hold on, let me think. You said Arthur's sword. Wait.
Yeah. Lightsaber?
I knew it was blue. Let me think.
It looked like a cross, like holy cross.
Oh yeah, Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur. So he puts Excalibur right to the chair, pulls it right through the Inferno's body, to where the Inferno is actually happy about dying. That has to be one of the just most eye-shattering moments of anime. Because not only does this man kill him up in a heartfelt way, a cool way, and with a cool style. Might I remind you, this is a character that was introduced up in the second or third episode. Might I remind you, a lot of characters take time to develop. Fire Force makes lovable characters up in the first few episodes, and the anime barely even has any episodes. It's already insanely lit. Cool character designs, cool. Well, okay. So the thing about Fire Force is that every character just controls fire up in a different way, and that's what makes it unique. So controlling fire, not too unique. Fire Force said, you know what? I don't care if this was used before with Nazis. We're gonna make it do completely different stuff, and that's what they did. So
now there's only
I like
one.
to call this girl Buff Mama.
Oh man, here we go.
She
Maki.
Dude, she's strong. So she has these floating fire orbs. They are like actual humans. They move around with their own mindset. They do their own things. So, and she has the ability to use these things in unity. So think of it like this. Yamcha's spirit ball, but fire. And she has actual control, and they're like humans. Think of Maka Death Sword as to Maka and Soul, but Soul was able to move on his own.
Oh yeah, sweet Soul Eater. Oh man, those are the good days.
You know what that is.
Bruh.
Then you have Chief, who doesn't even control fire. He doesn't. He's not any type of generation. He's just the chief. Yet this man manages to put in so much work.
Peace. He carries
really
the
does.
peace with him. He packs heat.
Also, I like how he's always treating the main character harsh, hard, and with cold hard love at the same time. It's like so my guy, right?
Duh.
What if you should. So, what if this man decided, you know what? I don't want to be nice to you right now. I barely even know you. You know what? You gonna fight. You gonna do what I tell you to. Basically, pick up, but not any type of weapons, any type of ability to fight really, or like do any of the stuff that he can do. This man manages to teach 6 members of the FighterZ crew to fight like madmen and kill fire against fire. How do you kill fire against fire? The fight scenes show you how, alright? So apparently different generations can defeat different variations of Infernos.
We're gonna have to wrap this up. Okay. So let's get into a bad thing about Fire Force. There's only one thing I can say. Fan service. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. That's it. That's all I can say.
Too much.
Fan service. That's it. Not only takes about 8% of the bad things about Fire Force. That's it.
And that percent is probably mine.
Now then, let's go ahead and get into, personally, I don't know, should I save Dr. Stone for both of us, or should I go ahead and say Demon Slayer?
Let's go with Dr. Stone first, because
Alright.
he asked me.
Alright, I'm gonna go Dr. Stone. Alright. Let's go ahead and start talking about Dr. Stone. It's a really good anime. Really, it is. It's creative. It's literally so creative. It says, freak this, we're doing science versus fantasy. That's how good it is.
You never see that. You never see that ever.
Have you ever seen Have you ever seen a science anime? What you do now?
But you haven't. And not to mention that it displays what it is in opening form. Very nice. This is like the call to America. This one thing right here.
Alright.
Seriously.
So there's not much I can say about Dr. Stone. It's just good. If you watch it, it's good. I think there's only one thing I can say that's bad about Dr. Stone. When they get like too close to a character's face, it just kind of looks kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, like they do that a lot with muscle right hand over there screaming. Oh, I'll protect you, Senku.
Yeah, freaking bodyguard looking boy.
Oh, he's a truck, alright. He is a truck. Seriously.
And Tsukasa, let's just go ahead and say he's the perfect villain.
He really is. Not only are his goals very simple yet very intimidating.
And Kohaku, she's obviously one of the best waifus ever. Yeah.
Pretty sure millions of people could agree with that statement, alright? Too many if you ask me. But we have other things about it. Sir, well, I'm just gonna go back.
Basically, just if you're watching this, just watch the anime, bro. Just watch the anime.
Man, I bet you'll be hooked on the first episode. You will not want to skip one as if I did. And this comes from a guy who's watched English subs and dubbed. Like as soon as he watched a single episode.
And a guy who's only watched one episode of Rising of the Sea Hero.
Hey man, hey. Dr. Stone is
off topic. I know. But let's go ahead and do the masterpiece anime, which we can only say good things about. There's nothing bad about this anime except for about one thing. It's literally almost the. It's literally just so. It's so close to being the masterpiece anime. It's unreal.
It is perfection.
It's almost perfection.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about this anime, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the one bad thing about this anime. The only bad thing about this anime is when they mistreat Nezuko. Just hit the box. Like, why are you hitting the box and not hitting the person?
I know, right? The box said do
Literally.
nothing to you.
Literally, the guy who's about to swing at you and tear off your head is right in front of you, but no, you wanna slice the box. How retarded are you?
Not only that, but he even chose one of the coolest elements that have ever been created. And introduced one of the coolest elements.
And then what they should do, if they don't do this, it's gonna be two bad things about Demon Slayer. Let Zenitsu get control of when he's, his breathing technique. Because he has to be like sleep or knocked out to use his abilities. They should make it to where one day he masters it. I mean, he's just going off, going ham.
And I'd like to bring up a thing that's been staple with fighting action adventure animes. So, okay, we got Gunfruit, we got Ki, we got Chakra, we got Nin, we got Bunker Control.
I also need to talk about Inosuke.
Yeah. But not only that, we have Spirit Energy, but now we have breathing control. And oh boy, is this one of the coolest things I've ever heard. How would you control an element through breathing? Well, for such a weird thing that sounds, well, it sounds weird, but for something that sounds weird, you think that it'd be over the top stupid, right? No. Not only is it a unique idea, but they display it very, very well.
Now there's gonna be.
I want you to watch a fight called Spider Woman versus the Spider Queen versus Tanjiro. There you go. That's my case.
Okay, but real quick, because we only got 2 minutes left. So when you talk about Inosuke, if they unmask Inosuke, it's over. Demon Slayer, it's just number one for it's gonna have a longer reign than any other big three. And I hope you and if you guys have not noticed yet, Demon Slayer, it's the number 2 anime of all time. It beat One Piece It beat One Piece earlier this year. If y'all didn't know that. It beat it in manga sales, and it's obviously beating it in views. Look at that filler. But now with this 1 minute left we have, we're gonna compare and contrast the big three and see what is the best big three of all time. And we're already gonna say the cheap big three has lost.
Yeah.
So
let's just forget that one existed.
So we're gonna start off with the rankings. So here the brackets gonna be. We're gonna be doing Dr. Stone versus Bleach. We're gonna do Fire Force versus One Piece, and Demon Slayer versus Naruto. So let's go ahead and get on.
But real quick, before we finish Demon Slayer,
Justice, we only have 1 minute 25 left, bro.
I didn't play anything. Alright,
Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Dr. Stone versus Bleach. The winner is obvious because we only have 1 minute 25, and we're not finna waste this time.
We'll probably discuss it.
We're probably gonna discuss it in another video. Dr. Stone wins.
Yeah,
Now here's where we actually gotta start arguing. With 40 seconds left. Actually, we already know Fire Force is probably gonna tie with One Piece. Naruto versus Demon Slayer.
Oh. Obviously.
Actually, we might have to do this in a separate video. So for right now, we're gonna say they're tied. If you guys want to see a part 2, just like, subscribe, And remember to subscribe to my boy Justice. He has good content.
Yeah, man. I got good content too, and I'm gonna be delivering some content here. Hopefully, if you guys like it.
So guys, we'll see.
Which you should be, because